Yo, Michael here, and it's time to talk about April's monthly games from PlayStation Plus. I make these videos to make sure you get the most out of your subscription, and as you may already know, each month you get 3 games for free. You can add them to your library, and as long as you have the subscription active, you get to keep them. You can play them whenever you want. You can install them whenever you want. You don't have to have them installed. They just sit in your library, ready for you to play. Keep in mind that they're not all going to be winners. You're going to have months where 1 game stands out. You're going to have months where 2 games stand out. Rarely will 3 games be interesting to you. And sometimes it'll just be a month where it's a total wash and you didn't get anything out of it. But over time, I've built up this huge library of games of all different varieties. It's helped me to play games that I never would have played before. It's also helped me before where I just waited, hoping that a game would come, and it finally did land on this list. So yeah, I think it's really worth it. These games are all going to be available starting on April 1st. So hop into your PlayStation account, claim them, and then you can install them at any time after that, as long as you have your PlayStation Plus account active. I'm excited for the first game. I've already played it, but I'm excited for you because it's a really good game. Robocop Rogue City is coming in April, and it's a really good game. IGN rated it a 7, players rated it 7.6. I personally would bump it more up to like an 8.5 or a 9. I really like the subject matter. Robocop was a great movie back in the day. It still stands up today, but the game is also really good. Graphics are great, characters, the action, everything. I enjoyed it. If you want to just take a test drive, you can check out the first episode of my playthrough of it. It is here in a playlist on my channel. And I just love it. The dystopian Detroit, I almost said destroyed. It is destroyed. It's a dystopian city. Also the fact that it lines up with this, like what I think helped Rockstar to kind of shape some of their storytelling was like in the 80s, the future was always portrayed as being full of like crazy people. And they might be right. I might be one of those people, but it's Paul Verhoeven directed the movie in the 80s. And I think his storytelling and the everything about it really carried over into Robocop Rogue City really well. He also did Starship Troopers, which was written by Robert A. Heinlein, and he did Total Recall, which is based on a book by Philip K. Dick. I think the Robocop movie was just a screenplay. It was never a novel, but it's a really good one. If you haven't seen the movie, you might want to watch it before playing the game. You'll get a lot more out of it. Anyway, I'll stop nerding out. I'm going to say I'm nerding because most of you probably know I have a dog and her name is
Murphy.
And it's not completely because of Robocop. It's kind of a mix between Robocop and Interstellar. Matthew McConaughey's daughter in Interstellar is named Murph. Anyway, I digress. Moving on. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre is also on this list and also based on a beloved movie. I'm not a huge horror fan, but most of you know I have a little place in my heart for horror. I like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. This game looks pretty. It looks like a lot of fun. It's made by Gunn, the same developer who did Friday the 13th. IGN gave it a 6. Players gave it a 6.6. I think that's probably fair because it is a unique asymmetrical horror style game where you either choose to be the victims or the attackers, or the victims or the killers. I don't know how they phrase it for this one, but it's a lot like Friday the 13th. I tried Friday the 13th and I didn't get a lot out of it, but I understand why it was popular and fun. Sort of that same vibe as Dead by Daylight. And based on this trailer, this looks really cool. If you've got some friends that are into this kind of thing, it might be fun. I'm sure this game gets really frustrating if you're playing against someone who's a pro at it. They know the levels design and all the tricks and everything, but it could be a really fun one for you and your friends to freak each other out. Finally, I don't know much about Digimon, but there is a game called Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth Hacker's Memory coming to PlayStation Plus members this month. IGN didn't rate it, but the player score is 8.5, which is pretty good. I know Digimon has a fairly big following, even for a small series. It's a bit like Pokemon. Don't hate me that I'm making that reference. It's just, to me, it looks a lot like Pokemon. But it's beloved. I keep using that word. I don't know what's wrong with me today. But people really like it. And one of the comments on the trailer while I was checking this out was that person claimed that they bought a PlayStation 4 just to play this game. I can't say that I've ever done that. Have you? I usually just buy the console and roll with it. I don't know. I thought that was interesting. It looks like most of the battling happens in this like virtual reality or synthetic world within the game, but the trailer implies that some of the battle comes out into the real world in the game too. I don't know. It looks cool. I mean, it's got the anime style and people love it, so we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up here. Let me know in the comments which one you're going to claim, which ones you're going to play, and which one is an absolute stinker for you. I'm interested. Anyway, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. If you're not subscribed already, please consider doing so. I've got a great crew of people here with me, and I live stream Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Always the best games, just gaming, no gimmicks. If you haven't liked the video already, please tickle that like button on the way out. I'll see you next time.